How two guys on working holiday visas got mining jobs. Conversations about mining. Welcome to Australian Mining for New Starters, and in today's video we are going to have a look at how two of our latest students got themselves mining jobs. These two guys just happened to be on working holiday visas and they got themselves jobs in two separate areas of the country, which makes for a really good example of how people can go about getting themselves a job. And while these guys were on working holiday visas, there's nothing stopping anybody that's a permanent resident or a citizen of Australia or New Zealand doing exactly what these guys have done to get a job. So first off, let's have a look at where these guys got jobs. One of them got a job in Kalgoorlie and the other one got a job up in Mount Isa. If you're on a working holiday visa, this is what we recommend. You've got to go where the employers need people and they don't have a lot of choice. And the other thing that you have to do is you have to present ready to go. If your mining knowledge isn't up to speed and they can't look at you and go, okay, you know the language and what's going on and everything I need you to know, that means that they can't throw you in the deep end. And the whole idea behind doing the training and educating yourself is to put yourself in a position where the employer can just look at you and go, yes, I can have this person up to speed in a short amount of time. And that's what everybody's after. And especially if you're coming from overseas on a working holiday visa, this is the position that you need to put yourself in. You need to make yourself an easy win for the employers. So let's have a look at Biker Lad, and if we come back to a video that we did 7 months ago, what's happening with you, you can see he just bought the DIY training. He was still in the UK at this stage and he was getting his visa sorted out and doing all the training and getting himself ready to go. And the training that he did was the Intro to Underground Mining. This talks to you all about it and shows you a bit about it. It's $495. If you click on these icons, it'll open up a PDF and show you exactly what you're going to learn. But Biker Lad arrived in Australia a month ago, and so 3 weeks ago he asked for a bit of advice on the channel, and he wanted to know, he did the DIY and he wanted to know where he could go to get himself a job. And he was going to head up to Kalgoorlie to get a job, but he wanted to know which job specifically to target. Now, as an overseas worker, especially around Kalgoorlie, it's a bit different up in Mount Isa, and I'll go into that when we talk about Freddie and his journey. But if you're going to Kalgoorlie, the diamond driller offsider job's a really good job because the employers are lucky to get 6 to 12 months out of a driller's offsider anyway. So if they can bring somebody in on a working holiday visa and get 6 months out of them, they're really happy with that. And also there's a bit of a loophole around that they can use, especially with some of these bigger drilling companies that have got multiple sites, where you can do 6 months on one site and then they can move you to another site, and then you can go 6 months again, and then you can go 6 months again, and you can keep going like that until your 3 years is up, or however long you can extend out to is up. So that's a bit of the attraction for that. So that's the advice that I gave to Charlie, to Biker Lad. And yeah, he in this video here a week later, or I think it was 8 days later or something like that, 5 things everybody needs to know, he got back to me and told me he got a offsiders job and he starts next week. He really, he did the course, came all the way from the UK, he spent a year doing it. He planned really well and got it all done before he came over, so he was ready to hit the ground. And he owes me a carton or two. So, but it's just a really good example about how someone took the advice from the page, did the training, got their ducks in a row, got everything they needed to do, and then headed to Kalgoorlie and got the job that they want. Now, it's been a bit hit and miss with people going to Kalgoorlie lately. We've had a few people go up there that didn't have any luck, and we've had a couple of people like Biker Lad go up there and have some success. So the moral to that story, as far as I look at it, is that you can't guarantee anything, but you need to be the most prepared you can be to make yourself the easiest win you can be, and all you can do is go up there and take your shot. And if there isn't anything going at that time when you're up there, then maybe you can look at getting one of the other many jobs that are in Kalgoorlie that also pay good money, or you can move on to whatever else you want to do. But there's no point just going up there trying to get a mining job if you just need to be trained up from scratch. Because if you need to be trained up from scratch, it's going to take them 2 to 3 months to get you up to speed, and no employer wants to do that with a backpacker, unfortunately. So the easiest way in is to show them that you know how it all works. And so the next one we'll move on to is Freddie, and we'll come over to here on our Wall of Fame page. So this is where we load up all the people that have gotten jobs, and there's Biker Lads, one of Biker Lads' comments, and Freddie's just underneath him. And so we'll have a look at some of Freddie's comments. So Freddie went to Mount Isa. Freddie actually did our Work Ready course. So he did this one where you get access to the shift boss. So I know a little bit about Freddie and what's going on with him, and we made up a bit of a plan. And one of his plans was to go to Mount Isa in the new year. So he did the Work Ready package just before Christmas and got his resume done and all his ducks in a row. And the plan was to move up to Mount Isa and start applying. So he moved up on the Thursday, and he actually got offered the job with as an Agi driver on the Monday morning. But he also got offered a Nippers job on the Wednesday, and he got offered a truck job on the Thursday. So he got offered 3 jobs in 3 days. And if we flick over here, you can see this is the review that he left on Google for us. And yeah, it just goes into how we help on the work with the Work Ready. When you do the Work Ready package, whoever your shift boss is, your name goes into their phone, and it's our job to help you with managing what's going on. So we had a number of conversations about the 3 different jobs that he got offered, which job was the best, how to navigate it all the way through, and how best to get to a permanent job. So you can read all that there. And then he sent me this a couple of days ago, and just a quick heads up, he had his first day underground, really liked it, getting to know the crew. He's going to do 3 weeks in a row for the first one. And yeah, thanks for the amazing service, made a huge difference. And that's what it's all supposed to do. When you know how it all works going in, it makes a huge difference. And if you can show the employers that that you know what's going on because you've done a Work Ready or a DIY, then it puts you in a great position to get a job. And like if you're over on a working holiday visa, then you need to hit up a mining town. So Mount Isa is really good because it's above the parallel, so there's a bit different rules up there, so you can go for a bit longer up there. But Kalgoorlie is really good too because they're just so desperate for people. People get into this industry without realizing how hard it is and what the job actually entails. That's why the training's really good, because it goes through all that. Now, if you're a citizen or a permanent resident, as you can see, you've got a lot more mines to choose from. And if you go over to Seek and type underground in, you'll see all the jobs come up. But you can use exactly the same plan that these guys use to get a job, is to educate yourself so you know how it all works, to make yourself an easy win for the mining employers. Because if you can make yourself an easy win for the mining employers, it's the way you're going to get a job. And there's heaps of work all over the country. And as you can see, there's entry level. Barminco are looking for entry level people in WA. There's jobs in New South Wales and Queensland and all over the place. This is our mining jobs to apply for page, where we load up all the jobs from around the country that we think you should be applying for. You can click onto them and it takes you straight to the actual job, and you can apply directly from the job. So that's one way that you can get all the information. The other way you can do is just look through all the jobs here, and as you can see, if you put any time in, there's over 2,000 jobs come up. So if you want into the industry, the easiest way in is to educate yourself, either using the Do-It-Yourself or the Work Ready, and we also have a 3-step plan package that comes with a full resume service, so you can look at doing that. But if you if you educate yourself and you come up with a plan, then there's more than enough jobs around the country for people to go for. And like I said, the guys coming over on the working holiday visas that followed the plans that we set out for them show you that you can really effectively educate yourself and get yourself a mining job if you're committed to doing all the study and what is required. So I hope you found that information helpful, and if you could share this information around and like and subscribe the channel. Thanks.